Welcome everyone and good morning. This is Warrior Wednesday. I'm happy to see you all this morning. I'm excited about this practice. We are, I don't even know anymore, 11 weeks into this quarantine, 11 years. and I felt like one of the things we can do is practice the art of letting go. Not only just letting go of just not caring or being upset about things, but literally like letting go of things that are stored in us, that are clinging to us, or that we cling to. So for this practice this morning, we're going to do a lot of twisting postures. And I'd like to give you the gift of explaining twisting to you today in a way that we do in teacher training, something that I don't always get to do in everyday classes. Usually I'm just instructing postures, but today I really want to talk about how to twist safely and properly, but also why that's really important. Okay. So we're going to start this practice with a tall neutral spine, and you'll hear me talk a lot about neutral spine in this practice. So I kind of want to show you my little spiny friend here. So a neutral spine has a curve of the neck, right? Back of the neck. It also has a curve outward behind the shoulder blades. It's got an inward curve here, low back, and then it curves out again at the base. So with that as imagery, will you sit as tall as you can? Close your eyes and see if you can imagine those four curves flowing inside of you. From the base of your skull inward, from your shoulders, the curve moves outward. And at your lower back, it moves inward again. And then we get down to the sacrum and the curve moves outward. Twisting is one of the movements that our spine absolutely loves, but we have to make sure that we do the twisting safely or we can actually injure our spine. So I'd like you to just picture in your mind, if I take my two fists and I stack them together, those would be like vertebra of the spine, and between them is a disc. And so when I twist, you can see how cool it might be for that little spongy disc to be getting hydrated and mobile. But if I'm bent, rounded, and then twist, I can kind of squish those discs out. And we want to be really, really careful about that. So sitting right here with this tall and neutral spine, I'd like you to take a deep breath in. And then just with an open mouth, exhale. And do that again. That's our first letting go. Deep breath in. We'll do that once more. Breath in. Now let's just explore the very first edge of twisting. So we'll lift our spine nice and tall. And on an exhale, just reach one of your hands to the opposite knee and find the most gentle twist you possibly can. Exhale. Come back to center, deep breath in, and go to the other side. Moving back and forth with breath. Inhale in the center and a gentle twist. It might not even feel like that much is happening, but twisting simply to hydrate and mobilize those spongy discs between the vertebrae. Back and forth. So see what it's like to, for a moment, just leave your muscles out of it as much as possible and just twist for your spine. And that's the sensation I'd like to ask you to carry with you through all of our twisting postures today. Come back to the center, rest your hands, palms up, eyes closed. We use the term a lot, grow before you go. So on our inhales today, let's use this as a way to grow tall through the spine. And then in our exhales, we will go into shapes. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale. Take one more deep breath in, lengthening the spine. And exhale long and loud. Begin to find your way into child's pose. You can roll up a blanket under your knees or roll your mat if that helps you feel more comfortable. And in child's pose now, the back is rounded a little bit. So the deep inhale helps you feel length in the spine. The exhale allows you to just settle a little bit here on the earth, the beginning of your yoga practice. Breath in elongates your spine. Breath out allows you to settle here on the earth. Raise up to a tabletop position. And in this position, find that long spine again, and just, you might wiggle around a little bit and see if you can feel just the gentlest curve in your low back and in the back of your neck. And then we're going to play with the idea of rotation here. So let's take the left leg out to the side of your mat. Just extend your left leg straight out to the side. The right arm opens up, so there's a little twist for the spine. And on the exhale, scoop that arm through, come down to rest on your shoulder, the temple or the ear. And just feel this first passive twist of the spine. You're going to breathe in deeply to lengthen your spine. And then exhale to allow your weight into your shoulder. Just continuing to think about those little discs between the spine, getting attention and hydration. And then gently bring yourself back up to center. Knee comes back in, find that neutral spine, crown to tail, and extend your right leg off to the side. That's your kind of your little kickstand. The left arm lifts high, and sweep that arm underneath, lengthening and then twisting the spine. In this twist, we feel this more in the thoracic or the upper spine. So pull breath there, bring breath between your shoulder blades. Bring breath around your armpits and your chest. And as you exhale, just give your weight into your shoulder. And bring yourself back up to center. So I'm going to give you a choice here to either be on your knees or in a seat. If being on your knees is uncomfortable for you, go ahead and flip back around to a seat. We're going to do a Kundalini Kriya with twisting. So bring your hands to the back of your head. Take a deep breath in, open up to the right side, and then as you exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. So you're breathing in one side and out the other side. And now I want you to switch that. So you're going to sniff twice. So you're exhaling now on the other side. Keep moving. Bring your fingers to your shoulders. That's going to allow a little more movement. 3 more. And then come back to center, rest your hands, close your eyes, and feel. Just feel the length of your spine. Maybe a little awakeness, aliveness, tingling, waking up the spine. So now we'll plant our hands on the earth again and come into downward facing dog. So now those curves of the spine are upside down. Bend and straighten your knees, pedal out your heels. As you breathe in, imagine breath coming all the way up to your tailbone. And it just lifts you away from your hands. Exhale to settle your head between your arms. And take your feet out wider, the width of your yoga mat. And then walk your hands back just a little bit. So you're kind of a narrow downward facing dog. We're going to bend one knee, and you'll notice that creates a twist of the spine, and then bend the other. Keeping that spine as long as possible, adding in a twist. And now plant your feet on the floor. Take your right hand to your left ankle and pull your chest through that triangle. Your tailbone lifts toward the sky, head drops to the earth, and you find this nice twist. Return to center, switch sides, left hand to right ankle, looking under your shoulder. The deep breath pulls all the way up into your tailbone. And we exhale to twist. We'll come back to downward facing dog. Feet step in. Let's walk to meet our feet and our hands. Put a decent bend in your knees and then just press your hands to your shin. Lengthen through your crown. And then fold from the hips. Let's do that again. Press to lengthen. Find that neutral spine. Good. Exhale, fold. Go one more time. Press and lengthen. And forward fold. Take a moment here in this fold. You can bend your knees even more. You might find ragdoll. Just asking your spine to lengthen. You can really look at these poses all as lengthening poses for the spine. And then let's press up about halfway, hands to shins, put the bend in the knees, and we'll sweep the arms up. Good. Come into mountain pose with arms extended overhead as far as you can. Just reach, reach, reach. And then in this standing pose, keep your hips right where they are, but peel. Left arm forward, right arm back, twisting the upper body to look over your right shoulder. Your hips stay firm. Come back to center, inhale, and then peel, open, twist to the left side. See if you can do that without moving your hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, peel, open. Just noticing what you feel when your spine is just doing these gentle, wringing out motions. Beautiful, you guys. One more time. And we'll reach the arms all the way up high. Interlace your fingers and then bend to one side and the other. Just tick-tock your body side to side. Lateral flexion. This is another one of those movements that the spine loves. We don't do enough of. You're probably noticing the muscles of the torso working. When we work twisting, I really could call this core yoga. You might have some sore muscles tomorrow because of this practice. Come center, open your arms wide and just let them fall to your sides. And with your feet wide enough that you feel really stable, we'll do another Kundalini Kriya. We're just going to do some twisting side to side. And I want you to just be playful with this. Just have some fun with this. You inhale on one side, exhale on the other. If no one is around, I want you to breathe loud like this. Ha, ha, ha. Even if someone is around, let them ask you what's going on. Ha, ha. And let your hands tap you. So maybe they're coming up a little higher and tapping your hips or your shoulders. Inhale on one side, exhale on the other. We'll go 3 more. And then sniff twice. So you're exhaling now on the other side. Move your hands around. Pat yourself on the hips, on the back, on the shoulders. Ha. Ha. Turn it up. Ha. 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 3 more. Ha. And then slow back to center, palms open. And just notice. Tall spine inside of you, neutral, revitalized, hydrated. For our next movement, if you have a block or a cushion with you, will you just grab that to put your hand on? We're going to take our feet a little bit wider and hinge forward from the hip. So it's not quite a wide straddle, but it's wider than hip distance. And we will bring our left hand into the middle and open up our right hand in a twist. And then once you've got that, bend your left knee deeply. Put a big bend in your left knee and then lengthen tailbone to crown. If this doesn't feel great to your shoulder, keep your hand on your back. The neck turns to look up and release to center. Find length, flat back, right hand on the floor, left arm reaches up or settles on the back, and now your right knee bends deeply. Your head turns to look at the ceiling. Let's move back and forth with that one. So we exhale to a flat back, bend a knee, inhale to open. And this is a fun place to just get a little bit more flowy and creative about your movement. Another benefit of twisting postures is the benefit of really great digestion. We are massaging our digestive organs when we twist. So you might start to feel that as you exhale, you're squeezing your belly in and just compressing, massaging those organs. Let's release both hands to the floor. Turn to the front edge of your mat if you're sideways and bring yourself back again to downward facing dog. We're going to inhale forward into plank pose and drop the right knee to the mat. Kicking that foot off the mat will open up into a kneeling side plank. Let your arms start to reach up over your head, fingers reaching away from the straight leg. Breathe into the side of your rib cage. You just opened up some more space there. Let's move into that new room, that new space. Let that top arm return to the ceiling. Press yourself up so that your arms are parallel to the floor. And move the opposite way, gate pose, fingers to the bottom leg. Really reach up through your fingers. Breathe here. Good, and let's just do that a few times now. We're going to exhale over, let the arm reach all the way as far as you can, and back up. So this is a gift to the spine, and you can tell that this is also working your core muscles and massaging your internal organs. You might even bring to mind something that you would like to eliminate. It could be yesterday's lunch. It could be a closet that needs to be cleaned out. It could be some thoughts that have been following you around that aren't helpful. Release the hand to the floor, sweep the top arm over. Let's find our way into downward facing dog. And you're welcome to take a vinyasa. And purposely not using a lot of power movements in this practice, but you are welcome to throw push-ups and vinyasa in between the sides. So when you're ready, shift forward into plank pose, drop a knee and kick that. Drop the left knee and that foot comes off to the side. Right arm lifts and comes overhead. And then just really exaggerate the breath, moving into that new space right there. Make your body longer. Think about that spine getting longer. Yes, that's perfect. And then we'll come back up to the center and gate pose. Find the same thing here, reach. Elongate the side body. And then let's begin movement with breath. Take your time. There's no set number. Let your breath determine your pace. Just really working with the middle of the body, the solar plexus, our third chakra. This energy center in the middle of our body is our internal sun. It's our fire. It's the place where we say yes from when we mean yes and no from when we mean no. It's where we take back our personal power and we stand for something. You might just feel that now, just that fire being stoked. Go one more time. And then we'll windmill the hands to the earth, come into downward facing dog. And again, your choice to stay here and pedal your heels or to come forward and take a vinyasa. We'll take a slow walk forward, feet meeting hands. Put a nice deep bend in the knees and inhale to chair pose. You're going to want your feet a little bit closer together. And if you are using a block, you could put the block between your knees as something to kind of hug into midline. Let's bring our hands to heart center, shifting the spine forward. So you want to make sure that you have this flat back that we looked at earlier before rotation to the right. We'll hook the left elbow to the right knee. Twisting chair. And take a look down, make sure your knees are lined up with each other. On the inhale, your spine gets even longer. On the exhale, you deepen the twist. Start to feel on that exhale the way the navel really pulls in deeply to the spine. moving things out. Come back to center. Inhale, arms high. Sweep around into chair. Let's do that a few times between sides. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Oh, awesome. And from chair pose, hands to heart, let's twist to the left side. Lengthen through the spine. So that's another thing that's helpful is we always twist to the right first. And that way we're moving with the natural process of digestion. Very much like you would massage a baby's belly clockwise. When we twist to the right first and then the left, it's like we're giving our organs a clockwise massage. And then coming back into center. Bring your hands to your shins, press to that flat back. Exhale to a deeper forward fold. Let your hands come onto the back of your heels and just gently pull your head down. The tailbone reaches for the sky, so you can bend your knees if you want. Head drops low. Let's press again to that flat back. And exhale to deepen the twist. 2 more times. Hello, hamstrings, press. And lower, pull. And press. And pull. Release your hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Again, option, vinyasa. Maybe what feels good is just to rock yourself forward and back on your knees or your toes. Just gonna keep some heat, movement through the hips. And maybe child's pose feels like a good idea. Let's do 3 more. Just these rocking motions or a vinyasa. And then from this forward position, drop your knees to the mat and lower yourself down to the earth. Raise up into cobra. And in this cobra, just hold this position, turn your head to the right and to the left. Just let your neck experience rotation. Nice and easy. And then come back to center, press up to your knees, downward facing dog. Raising the right leg up high, step that foot between your thumbs, and we'll drop the back heel to the earth, rising up into warrior one. And in warrior one, the right foot forward, I'd like you to take your left arm forward and open your right arm out so your arms are at a 90-degree angle from each other. Lift up and out of your low back, so really tall through your spine. And then begin to twist. Let your right arm reach back. Your right arm open back. If you reach a point where you feel pain, I want you to come back a little bit, maybe 5% less effort. Your head turns to look toward your back arm. Find an edge here with your breath. An edge here with your experience. And let's return that back arm to the front. Both arms reach high. And then release your hands to the earth, fingertips on the ground. We're going to drop that back knee down. We'll give our hip flexors a moment to wake up. And then we're going to find a twist here, a kneeling spinal twist. So placing the left hand on the ground and the right hand on your right knee, start to open your shoulders, stacking right shoulder over left. And this is a great place to stay. You can just continue to press on that top knee, lengthening the spine. If you'd like a little more sensation or something different, just reach your hand up for the sky and or toward the wall behind you. If you're feeling extra bendy and flexible today, you might pick up your back foot and take a hold of that ankle. Just a little bit of a bind that moves us into the quadricep. Find your long spine with your breath. And we'll release that foot to the earth if it's lifted. The top arm comes around and settles inside the right foot. All right, so if I turn this way, my hands are inside the foot. And I want you to just drop that knee out and open to the side. We're just going to find some hip opening here. So you can stay on your hands. You can drop to one or both of your elbows. And it's also kind of interesting to just do little push-ups here, kind of coming in and out of a high and a low position with your hip. Let's draw that knee back in, scoop that leg around, tuck your toes, and lift into downward facing dog. The leg that was in front, the right leg, sweep that leg high, bend the knee, and then find the longest spine you can, and then open your hip. There's another twist. See if you can view this posture as wringing out your spine, squeezing around your organs, and opening your hip. And extend that leg, bring the foot back to the earth. We'll raise the left leg, step that foot through, dropping the heel, come on up, warrior one. Good. So in warrior one, bring your right arm forward and open your left arm out to the side. So your arms are in a 90-degree angle. Begin to move your left arm back, drawing your body into a twist. If you're feeling any pain, soften, loosen, lessen the posture, come back 5%. This can feel just like that first gentle twist we did today, our very first one. Deep breaths. And that arm comes back to the front. Reach arms high and then circle them all the way down to the floor. Drop your back knee. And we'll find the hip flexors on the other side. Let out a long exhale. And then place your right hand on the mat, left hand on the knee, and start to push open into a twist. You can stay just like this, or you can reach the hand up. And maybe it feels good to draw that arm behind, and maybe pick up that back foot. Just explore here. We all have limits. We all have open doors. Each posture is a new invitation to explore your limits and your openings. And we don't have to do that with any judgment. That's something we can let go of, is judging ourselves for our limitations. Let's release. Bring the arm around into the inside of the left leg. And let's drop that knee open. You can stay high, you can drop low, or you can do a few little presses here up and down, just exploring the space around the hip. Take deep breaths. And let's bring that knee back up. We'll wiggle the foot around. Find a tabletop position and widen your knees. Find your way back into child's pose once again. You can rest your head on your hands or on the floor on a block. Regulate your breathing. And we'll come back to tabletop and stepping our left foot forward once again. Tuck your back toes and lift that back knee. Let's rise up to a high lunge. And now with that back heel lifted, you might be able to find more twists. So twist to your right, left arm forward, right arm back. Just reach out through your fingertips, front and back. Find your length, find your neutral spine. Head turns toward the back hand. And then let your back hand come forward to meet your front hand. Both arms high. Deep breath. Find a back bend here. Spine extension. Gorgeous. Exhale, bow over your front leg. Sweep your arms behind you. Feel the back of your shoulders. Let's do that 3 more times. Slow. Lift to a back bend. And reach. Airplane arms. And then allow your fingertips to come to the floor. Drop the back knee. Switch out. Left foot comes forward. Tucking the back toes. Lift the knee. And start to find your way back up to high lunge. Exhale. Good. Peel your arms open. Right arm forward, left arm back. A little bit of a balance challenge here. You can place a hand on a wall or a chair if you need to. Steady your balance. Something to work with. No judgment. Letting go of any need to perform correctly or to do things right. Just experience what's here. That back arm comes forward. Both arms reach high. Find your little baby back bend. And then exhale from the hips. Let your torso roll to your leg. And then arms reach behind. Move with the whole spine moving together here. 2 more times. And let your hands come to the mat. Drop your back knee. Come to all fours. And one more time, knees wide, child's pose. Check in. Let's bring ourselves up to a seat. And we'll take the legs out in front of us. And take some time to get grounded, to root down through your sitting bones, rock side to side, grab a hold, move whatever's there to be moved. And remember, we twist to the right first, so bend your right knee. I'll give you some choices. One is to hold the knee here, the other is to cross the bottom leg. Doesn't really matter. We're going to inhale the arms up, so we really grow before we go. And on the exhale, peel, split the arms. The right arm comes behind, left hand to the knee. We'll start right there. We can go deeper, but start by closing your eyes, lifting tall on your in-breath, twisting deeper on your out-breath. You might hug that knee with your elbow, or even slide your elbow to the outside for a little more leverage. Inhale tall. Exhale, squeeze like you're wringing water out of a wet cloth. Wring it out all the way. Tall. And wring. On your in-breath, it might even feel good to just release a little bit and then squeeze to deepen. And unfold, come back to center. Extend that leg. Switch sides. Bend the left knee in close to your body or across. Reach tall. And we'll begin with soft and easy twist. Just noticing spine at first. And then let your breath inform whether you go deeper or you just stay right here with a gentle twist. The inhale makes you taller. Exaggerate that. The exhale, hug your navel to your spine. Squeeze out that wet cloth. What has served you and needs to move on? Let that just wring out with the water. Go down the drain. No fight, no struggle, just letting go. Let's release back home. Bring your legs into any position that feels comfortable. And just let one of your hands come to your heart and the other on top of it. Just close your eyes for a moment. And notice, in the absence of that which we have let go, what is there space for now? Release your hands. Thank your body for any wisdom it shares with you, your time on the mat. Let's make our way down onto our backs. We're going to come into one more divine spinal twist. So once you get here, just draw your knees into your chest. Move gently from side to side. And I'm guessing that most of you have a favorite version of spinal twists. So I'm just going to give a few options, but if you have your favorite way to twist, then you're just going to take that. We'll be twisting to our legs to the left, our head to the right. So easiest option is just stacking the knees one on top of the other. Place a hand on your top leg and extend your right arm. And you just turn your head toward the right. If you enjoy crossing your legs or having one bent and one straight, that's a beautiful variation. See if you can feel the tall, long, neutral spine on the in-breath. And then a real letting go, dropping in on the out-breath. Eyes closed, body relaxed, heavy, settled, receiving the gifts of a twist. Take your time unwinding, coming back to center. Pause for a moment before moving to the other side. You can stack your knees, cross your legs. Your head turns toward the left. And then breathe. Just feel that tall spine on the inhale. On the exhale, this letting go, this dropping in, this surrender. Making a slow transition back to center. Hug your knees into your chest one more time and just let your legs come up in the air. Feet over knees, knees over hips. A gentle and easy inversion. It's really common for a twisting practice to dislodge things, both like material things and also emotional things. So just be tender with yourself and accepting of all that is here with you at this time. We're going to bend our knees and begin to find our way into rest. So you can come into Shavasana, the traditional resting posture of yoga, or if you'd prefer to be in a seated position, you're welcome to come up onto a cushion or a bolster. We'll be here for about 3 minutes. You just might view your exhales as a very passive form of letting go. Each time we breathe out, our body releases carbon dioxide, which if we hung on to it, it would be toxic. So our body knows about letting go. As you rest, allow me to read to you the words of a poem that I find especially beautiful by the Reverend Sapphire Rose. This is called She Let Go. And because pronouns are important, I will alternate between she and he and they as I read this. She let go without a thought or a word. She let go. He let go of the fear. They let go of the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around in her head. He let go of the committee of indecision within him. They let go of all the right reasons, wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry. They just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. He didn't read a book on how to let go or search the scriptures. He just let go. They let go of all the memories that had held them back, all the anxiety that kept them from moving forward. She let go of the planning and the calculations about how to do it right. He didn't promise to let go, journal about it, or put it on the calendar. He made no public announcement or put no ad in the paper. They didn't check the weather or read the horoscope. They just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go or call friends to discuss the matter. She didn't call the prayer line, even utter one word. She just let go, and no one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked or praised him or even noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, they just let go. No effort, no struggle, no good, no bad. It was what it was and is just that. But in the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. My friends, take a deep breath in and let a sigh leave you. A complete, full exhale. And start to move your body, fingers, toes, head, face. Stretch, yawn. And let's find ourselves back in a seat. And when you get back to this seated position, I'd like you to bring your hands up in front of your heart. And those of you who we can see on this screen, I think this is going to be a really great thing for all of visual for all of us to remember. So I'd like you to make your hands tight like two fists and squeeze so you can feel your fingernails digging into your palms. And just remember seeing all these people on camera with hands clenched tight like fists. When our fists are closed, when we're clinging and holding, we can't receive and we can't give. So just allow your hands to unfold, just this beautiful letting go. And notice that space now that gets to be filled by whatever you want it to be filled with. Bring your hands to your heart. So much gratitude for every one of you. Namaste.